This is going to be the CA gluing of all the hinges. All the parts are going to be moving and operating. So my reason for putting this tail on is I'm going to move to the rudder. So before I actually CA this rudder back here, I want to make sure I got enough clearance in the back here, in this area. So the rudder's going to fit right in here flush. So what I'm going to do here is the hole's already pre-cut. I can feel it as I feel through here. So what I'm going to do is just go right down the middle here and separate that. So it fits in there perfectly. So now I'll be able to see exactly how much room I'm going to need before I glue this rudder in. It's kind of important. You don't want to glue this in first because you might get it too far down, too far up. So about right there. So about right there. So you got enough clearance here at the bottom here. So you're not too far down, you're not too far up, which is kind of important because if you glue that before, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to rework the whole rudder area. I'm going to go ahead and get the epoxy ran in this area, and then I'm going to CA this part together. Okay, just about to put epoxy here, to epoxy this in here, then I will go with CAing the rudder to here. But before I go ahead and epoxy this, what I've did is pulled the lead for the servo that's going to fit for the elevator here. So I already put the lead here. There's already a pre-drill hole there. There's already a pre-drill hole going inside here. So I've already mixed some 15-minute epoxy here. It's already pre-mixed. Just line it up in there. Try to put minimum by that hole that's in there. Here. Pushing it all the way in. There we have it. Nice and snug. Run it through the rudder area. Make sure it sets nice and tight in there. Make sure it's lined up. Nice and tight. Okay, now we're going to CA the rudder in position. What I've did is I already pre-lined these up, so when I slide them in there, they go perfectly in there. So again, I'll dab a CA here, dab a CA there, slide it in position. Slide it in. There we have it. Okay, my next step is to get the elevator in there. As you can see, there's a slot here where this is going to have to go through. It's very important that you don't miss this step because you don't want to CA those inside there, because otherwise you'll never be able to get that through there without tearing it up or having to rework. Now there's a little pin that goes through here that's going to connect to make both elevators move at the same time. The design is actually set up, it looks like just for one servo, so it's very important you don't miss this step. So what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and slide this in here. I've pre-sanded here, this gap here. And then this slides right in there. See there? You have the piece here. Get a pen here and mark where I need to cut. Nice and paint it on there. Both sides. Remember, make sure your pen's in there. Lines look good there. So as you can see here, I already pre-CA'd my hinges. I got the white tape here for little cheat spots. So when I insert this, I'm going to put a little epoxy right here inside the hole. And I'm going to tape it so I can get the tightest fit. Now what I'm going to do, let's CA this in here. Right there. Sliding my tape over. Now as you can see in there, got a nice snug tight fit in there, minimum gap there. Do the same thing to the other side, both sides. Press in to get the tightest fit, flip the tape over. Put on the bottom there. There we have it. Both sides look about equal. Pretty level. Gives me time before the epoxy sits to make sure both sides are moving equally. Pretty much in there the same. Thin gap there. The bars being held by epoxy. The hinges are being held by CA. So there you have it. This is my dry fit test. The wings are on. I've inserted the bar that holds the wings together. Canopy's on. Elevator's done. Rudder's done. The back of the fuselage is on. So that's step one of my dry fit test, as I call it. See how everything fits, and it looks pretty good. It's coming pretty well together. I haven't run into any issues. It's a nice size plane. It's not too big, not too small.